Okay, we are live. Welcome everyone. We're in. We are in. Slow process, but we're in. Lots is going to change this week, and that's not working. Multiple platforms today. Dabbled in multiple platforms today. So, by the looks of it, people are joining in, which is wonderful. For some reason that's not loading, but oh well. Welcome. If you're new or an existing participant, let me know. It's good to say hello. Give it a few minutes. Give it a few minutes, obviously, and then we'll crack on with the new layout of the quiz. So we're in. This is obviously the 14th quiz of the year since the kind of quiz fatigue in the summer. So obviously solely returned due to lockdown stuff. So let's carry on from where we left off in the spring and go from there really. So yeah, 14 weeks in. Looking forward to it, sharing more about what we do at work and stuff and what's been happening. Great exciting things that are happening in the world of YMCA Derbyshire, and yeah, just go from there really. So we're trying to stream on my mobile phone as well. It's just not working today. You know, you want technology to work at the exact time you want it to, and it doesn't. It's immensely frustrating. Standard, really. But hey ho, give guys a bit of time because I know people have messaged me saying they're going to be a bit delayed. So that's fine. I get that. Let's change that to that. So trying to kind of broaden the social media, so I'm in tune with everyone's comments and stuff because it's kind of the downside when you're on the old quiz. Why isn't the Facebook working? Isn't that bizarre? Have a good week. A bit frosty now in the mornings, and it's not been great de-icing the car in the morning, not gonna lie. Oh, family trying to get involved. I don't know why Facebook's not working. We're going to start about 10 past, I reckon. And then I'll explain the new layout of the quiz. And then we'll go from there, really. Don't know why Facebook Live isn't working on my phone, which is immensely frustrating. Let's try it on here. There we go. Wish I was sponsored. Give a sponsor out, couldn't I? Okay, so for folk that are pretty new to this, this is a complete virtual quiz that is completely marked by yourselves, and if you want to be competitive in your household, you're more than welcome to be, of course. And if you want to compete with households or family members or whatever, can do. And this is a completely, just a free quiz, really. So hope you're all braced and ready. With all you need is essentially a notepad of sorts. So that could be either pen and paper or a tablet or a phone, or one person in the household that is allocated that responsibility in taking notes. And then that's it, really. And then all we're doing is a different format of a layout. So essentially, it's not really categorized in questions. So there's no like general knowledge, there's no music, there's no sport, there's no film to there's no food. It is completely different now because it's challenging to locate the right questions, and it's quite exhausting and find the ones that haven't been asked before. So this approach is a bit different, and there is, how many questions I've got tonight? There is 50 questions, so still 50, but in the format of we'll do maybe 10, 15 at a time, and then you can get your breaks and stuff or whatever. So it's still pretty much similar-ish layout. It's just the structure of it is a tad different. So that's the way it's going to be. So complete mixture on questions, and then we'll go from there, really. Go from there. So I give it a few minutes after 10 past. Like I said, looking forward to this quiz. It's going to be a really good one with a new layout. It's different. It's going to be hopefully targeting a broader range of people that isn't niche and sad about cricket or something like me. So it's going to be different. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be different. So looking forward to kind of having that variety. And then from that, we'll hopefully get an even, better average score. Because last week it was pretty, I don't know what, Facebook can just do one. I'm going Instagram instead. Last week was a immensely tough average score round, so it was a bit difficult, to be fair, to kind of get a good score. I think the highest score was like 29-30. So what we're going to do is just really play the field, and hopefully from that we'll get a greater response, not just from the people that obviously yourselves are participating in, but a general array of new people, which is what we want to see. We want to see new people connect and get involved in something that is, different. It's completely different. Right. Let's crack on. So give it another minute or so. Don't know why my actual phone is just giving up. Do you know what? We'll just restart the phone, and then if it doesn't restart properly, we'll carry on. Okay, hopefully everyone enjoyed the old Leicester City last night, winning the group as it stands, 3-3. Unbelievable achievement to get through to the next stage of the Europa League knockout round. It was wonderful. And shock horror, Leicester Tigers won a game. How times have changed, where we're actually surprised that a local rugby team in Leicester actually winning a game of rugby. You say that 5-6 years ago, it's fairly standard. But now, new people in charge, new era. Let's see. There are some rugby questions in this quiz. There are some cricket. I can't remember if there's any football as of yet, but mainly you need that good old variety in knowledge in this one. So let's give it until 1:15. And then we'll go from there. So pretty much ready. Hope everyone's ready for the old Big C Christmas, with the old Boris announcing that 3 households can meet, only 3 only. So it's going to be a weird year for sure, or end of the year, and then we just power through, really. That's all we can do. This year, just power through and get on with it. And then see what the next 3 months brings us. Even restarting the phone doesn't really solve the issue. How weird. Right. Last minute. So what we'll do, because there's 50 questions, let's break it up every 10, 15, something like that. Every 10, 15 questions. Let's break it up then, and then just review that, and then go from there. So without further ado, here we go. Questions are coming now, so let's crack on with this. My Facebook has tried to kind of get my camera arranged, but for some reason it's just not liking it. It's a shame, really, because a lot of friends want to get involved with this, but is what it is. Okay, let's crack on then. So question one of the number 14 quiz. Before I start, if people are ready, let me know that you're ready, and then what I can do is crack on from there. So if you're ready, let me know in the comment sections, and then what I encourage, if people are joining in, as quite a few are new for the first time, is that don't put your answers in the comment section. That's the last thing to do, because that just tells someone else the answers. So essentially, keep your answers to yourselves unless it's the tiebreaker question, which is at the end. And at the end of the quiz, it is the tiebreaker that obviously don't have to play it unless you're in a tiebreaker or not, but it's just a bit of fun at the end. So always double or quits with someone in your household, and then you go from there, really. Right, okay, so platforms, people, gosh, I'm even on Twitch, which is massive. Hopefully be on Twitch, get off Call of Duty and play the quiz. So here's quiz time. So question one. Oh, why is it not working? Question one, here we go. Question one. In which year were the TV license introduced in the UK? So in which year were the TV licenses introduced in the UK? It's a good question, that is. Tell you what, a lot of research this week, getting a good quiz for you guys. No stone unturned. I can always come back to a question if you're struggling with connection like it was last week. It was horrific. Apologies on that. But if there's a question you're repeating after each break and get a drink, refill, snacks, order a Just Eat, whatever, you can do that. So question two is, which designer brand created the Kelly bag? So which designer brand created the Kelly bag? Random questions this week. Random questions. Some of the questions I can't even pronounce. So that's how random it is. And especially the third one. So Arctic King, Saladin, and Thomas Thumb are which type of vegetables? So Arctic King, Saladin, and Thomas Thumb are which type of vegetables? Random. It is random. And question four. By what name is the Gravelly Hill interchange better known as? So by what name is Gravelly Hill or Gravelly Hill interchange better known for? That is question four. Question 5. Oh, bit of pronunciation here. The Galapagos Islands are a provincial territory of which South American country 600 miles away on the same equatorial latitude? Oh. So the Galapagos Islands are a provincial territory of which South American country? And the clue is 600 miles away on the same equatorial latitude. Equatorial? Equatorial? How are we going to pronounce it? It's up to you. That's the question. Question 6. Which Gilbert and Sullivan operetta is subtitled The Slave of Duty? So which Gilbert and Sullivan operetta is subtitled The Slave of Duty? Operetta? Operetta? Don't know. Who knows? Have a think. In question 7, bit of rugby, union to be more precise. Who succeeded Sir Clive Woodward as the England Rugby Union coach? So who succeeded Sir Clive Woodward as the England Rugby Union coach? Good question. Oh, we'll do a couple more. Have a break. A couple more. Question 8. What is a baby oyster called? So what is a baby oyster called? Good question. And question 9. What is Bill Clinton's middle name? So what is Bill Clinton's middle name? And then question 10, so fifth of the way through, is in which country are the Sutherland Falls? So in which country are the Sutherland Falls? No. And that is your first 10. And what we'll do is 50. Let's power through a few more, shall we? Let's try and get to 20. So question 11 is, what is the largest flatfish species? So what is the largest flathead fish species? Good question. And then question, oh gosh, got that one. Question 12 is, apart from a battle, what did Nelson lose at Tenerife in 1797? So, apart from battle, what did Nelson lose in Tenerife in 1797? A typo in the questions. 12, 13, 14, 15. And then question 13 is, what is the oldest university in USA? So what is the oldest university in USA? Very good. Okay. And then two more, then we'll have a quick break. It's 15. So question 14, who became Germany's first female chancellor? So who became Germany's first female chancellor? And then, phone's still playing up. And question 15, who wrote The Railway Children? So who wrote The Railway Children? And that is, we've got the first break of the quiz. So if anyone needs any questions repeating numbers 1 to 15, let me know. If not, you've got a minute or so to kind of get a break and refill and whatever and things like that. So there's no rush of sort to kind of dash off and, you know, refill or get a new snacks, etc. So yeah, a minute or so to kind of gather your thoughts and go over the answers you've guessed, and then from that we can then go over the first 15 and just relay the answers, and then from that we'll carry on really, and that's kind of the layout of it, is just kind of do a more of a complete variety. That's what you want, a complete variety. I don't know why my phone's not working. So frustrating. Oh well. So, a minute or so, then we'll go over it, hopefully, and then in the comment section, you're more than encouraged and welcome to kind of pitch in your score out of 15. Hopefully, it's a bit higher than our average score from last week. That's what I'm kind of going for, is a more positive response from the quiz in terms of answers. So fingers crossed. So you know what? Let's rattle through them, shall we? I realised that when I'm scrolling down the quiz, that all the numbers from 1 to 50 don't add up properly. So I might have 49 questions. If not, it's out of 49, or I think I'm out of thin air. Hey ho. So first answer is, in which year were the TV licenses introduced in the UK? That was 1946. So 1946, still paying for it now. And question 2, which designer brand created the Kelly bag? That was Hermes. So Hermes, Hermes. Question 3, Arctic King, Saladin, where you pronounce it, and Thomas Thumb, or which type of vegetable? That is lettuce. And question 4, what is the name of the Gravelly Hill? Interchange, better known as that, is Spaghetti Junction. So Spaghetti Junction. Question 5, save me saying the question, that is Ecuador. So the Galapagos Islands. Ecuador, that's question 5. Question 6, Gilbert Sullivan operetta is subtitled The Slave of Duty. That is The Pirates of Penance. Question 7, so who succeeded Sir Clive after the Challenge World Cup? That is Andy Robertson, big Andy Robertson. And question 8, what is a baby otter called? That is a spat. Question 9, what is Bill Clinton's middle name? That is Jefferson. And question 10, in which country are the Sutterfield Falls? That is New Zealand. Question 11, largest flatfish species? That is halibut. And then Nelson, he lost his arm, and more specifically, that is right arm. If you put right arm or arm, that is fine. Question 13, what is the oldest university in the USA? That is Harvard University. And 14, Angela Merkel, first female German Chancellor. And who wrote The Railway Children? That is Edith Nesbit. And that is your first 15. So let me know what you've got out of your first 15 in the old comment section and stuff. Ping them in, and then we'll go from there. So what you get out of 15. So let's see, got tot them all up and add them on your old platforms of choice. And then we'll go from there. We'll go from there. For some reason, my phone doesn't want to do any front camera of any sort on any platform. Don't understand. How strange. Actual software. But yeah, so let me know we got a 15, and then we'll go from there. So you kind of gain that competitive edge with others that are kind of commenting as well, which is what it's all about, really. And hopefully there's plenty of variety in the question to kind of make it fair, I guess, or fairer. So yeah. So 15, 16. Yeah, but my questions, the number didn't align up properly, so go with the flow on this one. So yeah, people are chipping in, all mid-20s. Going to be hopefully the norm after this round. That people have gotten 10, 13, 7. Yeah, very good. Variety. Excellent variety. That's what it's all about. Type 15, there's a couple that are on, so got on the double figures. Oh, that's good. Good variety. That's good. So let's power through the next round. Let's power through, shall we? So we've done question 15. So question 16 is, who played Ringo Kid in the original Stagecoach film? So who played Ringo Kid in the original Stagecoach film? It's a good question. In question 17, which artist painted the Potato Eaters? So which artist painted the Potato Eaters? Love it. And then question 18. So in architecture, what is a lancet? So Lancet. So in architecture, what is a lancet? Lanket, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll spelt it out for you. That's question 18. And question 19 is, what is the capital of Brazil? So what is the capital of Brazil? Brilliant. And then we'll power through the next 10 the break. And question 20 is, Turin lies on which river? So Turin lies on which river? Would love to go to Turin to watch the football. That's the dream. And then, question 21. Which country has the international car reg of R, so Romeo Alpha, so RA? So which country has the international car reg of Romeo Alpha? These are great questions. So RA. That's good. Next one, bit of pronunciation one. Don't know why I picked these questions. So question 22. A methalucia of wine holds the equivalent of how many bottles? So a methalucia of wine holds the equivalent of how many bottles? Okay. Next one. Question 23. Launched in 1960, what is the name of the first US communications satellite? So launched in 1960, what is the name of the first US communications satellite? Oh, what a question. Very good. Near there for another break, so hang on, folks. There's 6 more, or 7 including this one. So who invented, 24, who invented jeans? Full name. Who, as in, do. Oh, I've been on Facebook. Right, question 5 or 25. Ooh. So what does a cartrophilis collect? So what does a cartrophilist collect? Barely pronounced that. Cartrophilis. It's CARTOPHILIST. It's a bit of a clue in that. And question 28. What is the capital city of Latvia? So what is the capital city of Latvia? Very good. And then question 29. What is the green pigment found in most plants that is responsible for absorbing light energy? So what is the green pigment found in most plants that is responsible for absorbing light energy? It's not the obvious one. Not by any stretch. And then last one, and then a little break and review. So yeoman wanderers, like yeoman warders at the Tower of London are commonly known by what other name? So yeoman warders at the Tower of London are commonly known by what other name? And that's the second part. So if you need to ask for any questions repeated, or you want to get a quick break, put the kettle on or something, more than, you got a bit of time to do that. In the meantime, you've got a 2-minute break or so. Have a look at what your answers are, and then anything you need repeating, just put in the comment section, and I'll just shout it out really. And then that's the way it's going to be for the next round as well. So don't worry if you miss anything out if you just join in later on. So yeah, I just want to promote that through work and YMCA and all that, people are joining in, that we're really promoting our Jolly Jumper Day. So that is where your work, your group, community group, anything that you sponsor a day where you wear festive clothing, as well as other times of the year, but you choose to kind of choose a charity of that choice, and you kind of nominate us. We were very grateful for. So if you're interested in wearing Christmas festive gear in aid of a charity over Christmas, then we'll be all ears to know that you're interested. And if you are, just give a message afterwards. And we're also promoting the fact that instead of sending Christmas cards, that we send like e-cards and email cards for Christmas, so completely free. And the money you would spend on a Christmas card, that could range from pounds to £3 or something, actually you donate that to a charity. So you're kind of doing your bit for the environment as well as doing a bit for charity. So it's kind of two birds in one stone. So it's something to think about for sure. I know people love that tangible cards, and I get that and I understand that. But if you're interested in doing something different this year, obviously with the circumstances, you want to go, right, let's do everything different. There are some options, and if you want to raise some money in aid of a charity, we're all ears for that. We know some people want to do shoe boxes we do that for our residents this year. So if you like to create a shoebox and create that in aid of our residents that come stay with us, who are kind of, it fluctuates who and when come in, but on Christmas we are open 24/7, and for them to have a shoebox of whatever's is massive, because they've probably never had that before ever through anyone in their family or friends. So we'll be really appreciative if if your community group, family, or whatever want to start creating shoe boxes. That we'll be very grateful for that, and we're going to start promoting that more in December time, probably second week in December. And last year we had some schools that were keen to get involved, and we had a whole room full of shoe boxes, which was amazing, and that went such a long way. Think about it, we've got 180 beds and would like to get 180 plus shoeboxes and give them something to really enjoy the Christmas period, because they've got no one else to enjoy it with apart from people they live with, which they might get on really well with or not, and staff that are working 24/7 in aid of them. So even if you want to give something to the charity workers, staff that are working so hard throughout this period, will be immensely grateful for. So a lot to think about, a lot of food for thought in doing something different this year. So the options there, rumours that there's a few charity groups in Derby that are going to walk Snowdon in May. So if you're keen to spend a weekend away and walk Snowdon, I think only once, I think it's once in the weekend, twice, but I don't know. But for a weekend away, going to Wales in the springtime, dependent on whatever Boris says and all that, but we're keen to do that and raise some money for multiple charities as well as ourselves. So if you want to get involved and come along the journey, you're more than welcome to. Or you want to do it and do 3 peaks, or do a cycle ride from east to west of England, or I don't know, anything. If you want to do 3 marathons in 3 days, something to do, isn't it? Something to do. So it's there. Options there. Be creative, be free with the options of raising money. People, might be a bit strapped for cash, but I think people still got a few quid in the pocket, to be honest, with furlough and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. So back to the questions. Let's jump to question 16. So I've had no one to, hang on, let me check. No one's asked for questions repeated, so under questions 16 to 30, and then we'll go from there. So question 16, so who played Ringo Kid in the original Stagecoach film? That is John Wayne. John Wayne. 17 is Vincent van Gogh. 18 is a window. A Lancet in architecture is a window. And what 19, the capital of Brazil? That is Brasilia. It is not Rio de Janeiro, it is Brasilia. 20, Turin lies on which river? That is Po, P-O. And 21, so car reg, what is Romeo Alpha? That is Argentina. And 22, Methuselah of wines holds the equivalent of how many bottles? That is 8. So 8 bottles. 23, launched in 1960. What is the first name of the first US communication satellite? That is Echo 1. Echo 1. 24, who invented jeans? That is Levi Strauss. Levi Strauss. If you've got the word Levi, we've got the word Strauss, I'll give half a point. Half a point for that one. You have to get the Levi Strauss for the full point, because that is the name of who invented it. And 25, oh gosh, what does a cartophilist collect? That is cigarette cards. 25. And 28, oh no, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh gosh. Oh, my numbers are wrong. We'll carry on. We'll carry on. So what is the capital of Latvia? That is Riga. So Riga. Oh, we'll keep going. Your numbers are messed up. We'll keep going. That's 20, that's 28. Oh, I'll tell you what, Microsoft Office is rubbish. And what is the green pigment found in most plants that is responsible for absorbing light energy? That is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. We'll power through a quick two actually and get your 50s. Fine, you're intelligent. And yeoman warders at the Tower of London are commonly known by what their name? That is beefeaters. Beefeaters. And question 29, we've not done it yet, but we'll do this last two. We'll power through these last two. Toss it about 30 then. 4 out of 15 is up to you. So which actress appeared with Jarvis Cocker in the Pulp's video Common People? So which actress appears with Jarvis Cocker in the Pulp's video Common People? That's question 30. And the answer to that, let's do it on the flow. Let's keep up with it, shall we? That is Sadie Frost. Sadie Frost. It's Microsoft Office Live. It's fault. And question 30, how many labours were performed by Hercules? So how many labours were performed by Hercules? Very good. Thank you for adapting to that. And the Hercules was 12. 12 labours were performed by Hercules. And that's your 30. So if you want to tot up what you've got out of either 15 or 30, it's up to you. I'll nip to the loo whilst we do that. And then we'll power through the next 20 with a tiebreaker that's actually, if you mathematically think about it, you could probably do it. And that is the incentive. So bear with, back in a minute. Wow. People are adapting to the common error that I've created. I don't know why it's not. Great bullet points, but numbers on Office. 10? Gee whiz, that's poor. I had variety in this one. Are you guys, you're on YouTube, aren't you? Yeah, give it a minute and then we'll crack on. People are chipping in. Oh, we've got some mid 20s as well. I'll make sure I get all the numbers right in these questions. So sort of randomly saying question number 73 or something. I don't know. Well, hope we're all well. A lot of food for thought with charity ideas, and obviously it's not me kind of sponging off anyone else, but some really great ideas of like football shirt Friday is that you kind of all wear a football shirt in aid of a charity. Because Bobby Moore one was one of them, and all that. So yeah, just be creative in ways to kind of raise money for charity. So I'm keen to do a Snowden challenge. You know, it might not raise a lot, but the experience will be great. So it's all part of the fun, isn't it? It's all part of the fun. So that's good. So we'll crack on with the next lot, shall we? So question 31, and we'll blitz through it. I've actually got 48 questions, but I've got two spare. Two spare. Question 31 of the old quiz of 14. In which London pub did Ronnie Kray murder George Cornell? So in which London pub did Ronnie Kray murder George Cornell? And the Kray twins on Amazon. It's called Legend. Highly recommend it. It's a bit tasty with violence, but Tom Hardy plays both twins. Super favourite films. One of my favourite films. 32. What date is Trafalgar Day? So what date is Trafalgar Day? And 33 is what is the birthstone for April? What is the birthstone for April? Question 34. What does E represent in E equals MC squared? What does E represent? And 35. What note do orchestras typically tune up to? So what note do orchestras typically tune up to? I have no idea. I'm going on what it says. Probably going to offend a lot of people, but it's the way it is. Sorry. It's there, black and white. 36. Which English cathedral was destroyed by fire in 1666? Which English cathedral was destroyed by fire in 1666? And 37. Who shot and killed Billy the Kid in 1881? Who shot and killed Billy the Kid in 1881? Question 38. Who was the first name of Dustin Hoffman's female character in Tootsie? So what was the first name of Dustin Hoffman's female character in Tootsie? And then question 39, which UK store was the first to have escalators installed? So which UK store was the first to have escalators installed? And then question 40, in which year were the Lewisham vouchers introduced in the UK? So in which year or decade, can't be nice, in which year or decade were Lewisham vouchers introduced in the UK? If you get the year spot on, that's an extra point. If you get the decade right, that's a point. Might as well. I'm powering through here. And 41. How did soul singer Otis Redding die in 1967? So how did soul singer Otis Redding die in 1967? Quality. And then 42, let's power through these guys. Who invented the revolver brackets handgun? So who invented the revolver? Question 43. Which ocean is the Ascension Island? In which ocean is Ascension Island? That is Acension Island. So in which ocean is it in? Ascension. So when COVID relaxes, God knows how long that's going to be, I'll happily be a quizmaster. Happily. People invite me along. The amount of quizzes I've got is quality. Unbelievable. 44. What is the US state capital of California? So what is the US state capital of California? Okay. Question 45. Bit of cricket. What year did Ben Stokes make his Test debut for England? And a bonus point for whom it was against. Or who was against, sorry. So what year did Ben Stokes make his Test debut for England? So now he's what? 30, 31, give or take. About that now. There's your clue. Still got it. I think I don't know what the score is with the South Africa game. Not sure. Hopefully they won. 46. At which railway station was the film Brief Encounters made? So at which railway station was the film Brief Encounters made? Very good. And then 47. Who was the first British person to walk in space? So who was the first British person to walk in space? Three more. Well, considering oh gosh, we can't add up because of Office. Got to recycle some from the third ever week from the quiz. Let's hope you guys remember them. So apologies, could be some free answers here. So how many successive pots must a snooker player make to score a 1-4-7 break? Think about it. How many reds? So how many successive pots must a snooker player make to score a maximum 1-4-7? Good question. See, always got reserves of absolute belting. See, always got reserve. Must be repeating myself. And 48. Well, I'll have this one. Winter sports. How many players on a curling team? So winter sports. How many players on a curling team? It's 39. And last one. Go on then. Just for a laugh. How many village people were there in the band? So how many members of the village people were there? It's a shame our Christmas party's cancelled, honestly. 33. Question 30. I can do question 33. Oh, hang on. 33 was, what is the birthstone of April? Or for April? What is the birthstone for April? And that, guys, that is your break as such. So have a quick whatever's minute or so, and then I'll go through everything, and then we'll do a tiebreaker, which I think's doable if you've got the maths. This is the most achievable tiebreaker I think possible. Top of your head. So I don't think if people saw that hang on. So within the YMCA Derbyshire, we've got a couple of currently some jobs going, so some sessional activity leaders at the YMCA, and obviously we've got maintenance workers that are going to repair and stuff with on-site, off-site that are sessional. So, and we've got a program tutor for our key college that is sessional as well. So if you or you know anyone that has got passion for sessional work in either educational or maintenance or activity wise, which is like kind of going to schools and coaching PE to kids, basically, that is our 3 avenues at the moment for our work. So please keep tabs on our website at YMCA Derbyshire, and you can see all things that are going on, and then from that, hopefully you might know someone or whatever, get a nudge to kind of go in the right direction, maybe applying and trying their trade in something new. So that's there basically. So if there's any more questions that need repeating, then let me know. If not, I will just power through, because oh my gosh, where I started, question 31. So if you let me know in a sec what you got in total after this review, and then we'll do the old tiebreaker. So question 31 was, in which London pub did Ronnie Kray murder George Cornell? That is the Blind Beggar. Tough one, the Blind Beggar. 32, Trafalgar Day is 21st of October. 33, birthstone for April is the diamond. And 34, E is energy. 35, orchestras typically tune up to a A. That's what it says. 36, St. Paul's was destroyed in a fire in 1666. 37, who shot and killed Billy the Kid in 1881? That is Pat Garrett. 38, Dustin Hoffman's female character in Tootsie is Dorothy. 39, Harrods had the first escalator. Decade of the Lewisham voucher, that is 1955, so the 1950s. If you've got 1955, that is a +2. If you've got 1950, that is a +1. 41. How did the soul singer Otis Redding die? There's a plane crash in 1967. 42. Who invented the revolver/handgun? That is Samuel Colt. And 43, in which ocean is the Ascension Islands? That is Atlantic. And 44, US state capital of California, that is Sacramento. 45, the old Ben Stokes made his test debut for England in 2013, and that was against Australia, in Australia. So 2013 is 1 point, Australia is either 1 point or you got 2 points. 46, at which railway station was the film Breathing Gases made? That is Carnforth or Carnforth? Carnforth station. 47, first British person to walk in space. That is Michael Foale. And then 7 was, how many successive pots must a snooker player make to make 147? That is 36. And with sports, how many players on a curling team? That is 4. And how many village people were there? That is 6. God knows who they are, but you probably name them on top of your head. So it's 6. And that is your 50. That is your 50. So if you let me know, guys, what you've got total out of 50, we'll see. And then as well, always like a pop in the old Zoom as well afterwards. So if people are interested in a Zoom after a session, if my computer doesn't crash. So 50 is the grand total, but a tiebreaker, you can do double or quits for the household or whatever. Tiebreaker is always good. Tiebreaker is always a bit of fun. And this is yeah, so let me toss it all up, what you got out of 50, or in certain sections, it is totally up to you. However you want to do it, then go with the flow. And then people will then comment in, and then we'll go from there, really. So it's a mixed bag with questions. It's a different layout. There's no categories as such. It's all completely random, which I guess could be better. Could be better, could be worse, but it brings out a variety that will hopefully bring out the best of us or the worst, who knows. So yeah, it was good fun. So people are starting to tot up and submit now, which is really, really good. And then hopefully, oh, phone's going mad. We'll go from there, really. So yeah, brilliant. People are chipping in. See what the highest score is. Oh gosh, yeah. People are really. It's currently it's mid 20s so far. No one's quite hit the 30 barrier yet. No one's quite hit the 30 barrier. But we'll see in a sec with the old comments. Brilliant. So whilst people are doing that, is my if there is a draw or if there's not, I like to do a tiebreaker anyway, just for fun of it. So I always like to do a forfeit where even if you were doing it as a collective, but you know you're on a split tiebreaker, right? Double or quits between you and me. Right, if I get closest, I get to do this. If you don't, you get to do this. So tiebreaker. Oh. So you can work this out, and I have looked this up according to Oh, according to Google and Wikipedia and maths. Tiebreaker. How many meters in a marathon? Closest guess wins. Oh, you bird. So how many meters in a marathon? If you really worked out, you can probably might get it spot on. So how many meters in a marathon? It's like 23.2 miles, 20.3 miles. There's your ballpark. So meters in a marathon. Pen and paper out. Have a look, have a think. I'll sit here and wait. I'll give you until 8:30, which is 4 minutes. For everyone's guess in 4 minutes. So meters in a marathon. Work out how many meters in a mile times by 26 and add it all up. Should get it. Should get it. According to the sources I've researched, I've got the figure. So don't shoot me. I've just got these questions for free. Ooh, nice drink. You got your guess, put it in the old comment section, and from the comment section I can then I'll tell you who's closest and who's got it, and then I'll kind of set a figure. But I guess once you've committed to the comment section, that's you all in. Tough one. Gettable. Better than the old cricket stat ones, but meters in a marathon. It's a long way. I'd like to do one next year. I'd really like to do one. Big time. Two minutes, people. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Get them in. 2 minutes. So meters in a marathon. Was it the chap from Ken did it in? Is it a sub 2 hour marathon, which is absolutely ridiculous? And you run at an average of 13 miles an hour for 2 hours, which is absolutely ridiculous. I think I did a half marathon in 2 hours something, but it just shows that you can work this out. You can work this out. Closest guess wins. How many meters in a marathon, which is 23.2, 23.3 miles. There's always that bit extra at the end. And you got 30 seconds left. Once if you're not committed, you're not in. And you can't just say, oh yeah, well I guess that. Actually, no, you didn't commit. And I'll tell you the old stat and then put a Zoom link in the old comment section. Ooh, people are oh gosh, people are working it out and getting close. People are close. I think who's the closest so far. There's someone. Oh, hello. Ooh, there's only a few thousand in it. Yeah, a few thousand in it. Right, it is 8:30. So collating all the comments from all platforms. I've got it all in. So we've got some 20s, high 30s, low 40s. We've even got some mid 40s in Facebook as well. So the actual meters in a marathon is 42,195. So 42,195. Fun fact, there you go. How about that? So, trying to think. Yeah, people were close. People were close. So what I'll do is that's it. That's it for the quiz. And if you won your tiebreaker, you're not suffering a forfeit as such. Person in your household or whoever. So well done. And if the closest guess wins in whatever, but yeah, good fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'll put a link into a Zoom afterwards, and then we'll go from there. So hopefully that sends, and then yeah, go from there. So thank you very much. I'll end the chats now, and hopefully you've got enough time in the comments section to then click the link, and then from that link you're able to join the Zoom and just have a bit of a post hangout, and then go from there really. So thank you very much. Of the different format, a bit different to what we're used to. So hopefully could be the way forward in the variety of questions. It's a bit more variety and not less structured in categories. So we'll see. So thank you everyone, and we'll be in touch, and we'll go from there. So thank you very much. I'll try and finish it on the old platform now, and then we'll go from there. So